Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rime of the Frostmaiden. This is one of currently just two, Patreon campaigns that we run at this channel. Shout out to everyone on the screen that you see here. They are Patreons, and because of them, I can do all of this cool stuff, the one-shots, two-shots, marathons, everything. Thank you so much for supporting me and everything that we do here. And if you would like to know what you can get for being a patron, you can use !Patreon in chat for more information. And you can also find all the episodes for our campaigns over on our YouTube, including the episodes for Rime of the Frostmaiden. You can use !YouTube there in chat for that. Shout out to Epidemic Sound, royalty-free music at epidemicsound.com. We are also featuring Kevin McLeod at incompetech.com. If you would like to interact with this game, there are a few ways you can do so. You redeem channel points for free just by hanging out, chilling, subscribing, all that stuff to get a blessing or a reroll advantage die to the player of your choice. Or if you'd like to add an element of fate to the narrative, every $10 guarantees a draw from the deck of many things to the player of your choice. To start off, Godfather Wraith, thank you so much for a draw to everyone. So we're going to go around and just jump right into it. So, Melly, tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Oh shit. Okay. That's a good card. All right. I like it. So, Melly, please tell me who you are, where we can find you, and tell us about who you're playing today.
Cool. I'm Melly VT. I very occasionally stream on Twitch. You can find me at Amelia Ikeda or just around because I'm here. I play Ina, who is a changeling. The party thought she was a half-elf until very recently. None of you noticed that I didn't have dark sight, so yeah. But yeah, I play the ranger of the party.
Excellent. Very much. Next we have...
It definitely helped that none of us had dark sight.
Oh, yeah.
Look, we can't see that you can't see in the dark if we can't see in the dark.
I think I might have been the only one that did.
Yeah, I think so. With weirdness. Okay. B, tell me when to stop. I've gotten very good at shuffling cards.
I half expected you to drop the deck as you said that.
No,
Loaded.
I'm a professional now because I play Magic Gathering. And if you play Magic Gathering, you should play with me. Okay, anyway. B, tell us the things.
What things?
Spiel things. who you are, the things.
Oh, those things.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm V, Vertigo Cross. I am a variety game streamer on Twitch. I like to play pretty much whatever I feel like at the time. For this current show, I am playing as Clay, a Harangon fighter who's very good at protecting the hearts and bodies of his comrades.
Very much. We'll pop on over to Mathis. Tell me when to stop.
Please stop.
Keep going.
What the hell was that?
Well, you remember how we had a conversation before the stream about how I'm a GM that's on your side and I'm here to help you. And
The difference is the deck of many.
It's true.
Good night, everybody.
I just want you to remember that that's what I said. And
I
this
have a
is
quick
not my
question,
fault.
Stella.
What's
Right,
up?
right.
So with the new overlay, or the UI for Twitch, how would people go about doing the donations?
Oh, you can use
Good
fate
question.
in chat. This one. And you click the link, and there's the info and the thing.
I would
Yeah,
gently
there we
encourage you
go.
to get us nat 20s, please.
Alright, let's
so
see.
that
Let's go buy 10
part-
cards for Zombie.
That being said, Mathis, please tell me where we can find you and who you are and who you're playing.
My name is Mathis. I go by they, them pronouns. I'm on Twitter at Mathis0083. I'm making an RPG right now. You can find all the info there that is available at the moment. I am playing Rhapsody tonight. Pronouns she, they, a very determinant tiefling who is here for a purpose and fuck anyone that gets in their way.
Eventful. Thanks
That's it?
very much.
Yes.
And we'll pop on over to Zombie.
don't stop.
Okay. All right. I dig it.
So it's like this isn't the worst one I've drawn for zombie today.
Well,
Today.
when they have drawn every single one for me at one point, you know.
Has that happened in this game yet?
I
don't
mean, as
think
many
this
cards. They'll probably been.
game,
Look,
but
if we
other
just
games
keep
have
giving you
probably.
cards, eventually you're
combine-
gonna power level.
Listen, I'm combining both games I
true.
play in, and by both games, I've probably drawn at least every card once. But anyway, hello! I am Jacob, I'm Zombie IMZ. I'm one of the names you have to call me. I'm the Lore Keeper and Captain Z of the Good Ship Clip. I probably do too many clips, so that's up to your own discretion. Today, I play Bram Nash, a wizard oak boy man here, who's trying to safely and hopefully without any problem whatsoever from anything, bring this prisoner that we have to justice, or at least to this town person to do something with. You can find me on Twitter at ZombieFighter89. If you go there, there's a little pin tweet, art made by the lovely lady May. I do Twitch clips, I do video edits, I do audio editing. I'm going to be jumping into a new sphere of editing pretty soon too, and I'll probably update some of the stuff on that tweet when I get there as well, because I got to join the new hip thing, what's going on with editing. So, yeah, that's me.
God, that's just our age group. Just gotta do the cool hip thing.
What are these TikTok kids doing in the editing game?
What's up with the Tic Tac?
Are we all millennials here?
Yeah, I think so. Thank you so much, V, for 10 nat 20s, which is 2 for everyone, including
you.
the
Wow.
co-hosts.
Thank you so
Please.
much.
Update your sheets. You're gonna need them, especially because of where we left off last time.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
update.
There was nothing concerning about the end of the last episode.
So, just as a real quick recap of what happened last time, we essentially managed to confront Sepik Caltro, this person that we've been trying to hunt down from literally session 1, I think. You were essentially given a quest and told that this person is a potential serial killer and someone wants to bring them to justice, to question them. They said that if you can bring them alive, that is preferable, so they can bring this person to set justice, but if, dead or alive, whatever you need to do. And so we are currently in tow, Sepik Caltro, currently bound in the lower room of a dwelling here. You are making your way back towards Targ. Find that the rest of the night is pretty unassuming. The cold creeps in. You try to get as much sleep as you can, and there's just a way that the shivers keep you from getting too deep, too comfortable, and you have to do your best to bundle up and stay warm. This is a small town, so at this time of night, there's not really much going on. You might occasionally hear someone walking by, their footsteps heavy in the snow, but you have been guaranteed privacy. And for those of you who do sleep, you sleep well. And those who do not, Rhapsody, you will get 1 level of exhaustion. Can you tell me what this looks like as you stay up at the night? I believe that you are joined by Clay? Is that correct? I think
Yes,
Ine
Clay.
and Bam went upstairs, right?
Mm-hmm. And I basically sacrificed not getting an 8-hour long rest so that Ine could and not have to take a watch.
So Clay is curled up sleeping at the moment, and you are in this private room. It is a bit dark and dingy. There aren't any windows that look out into the back street of the back of the tavern here. And while you're here, Sepik Caltro is bound and also asleep, resting up against a wall. What do we see when we look at you?
Rhapsody has these sort of powders, and they're mixing them into this sort of poultice, and this is kind of like a thing where it's like they sort of like squeeze it, and it releases like a sort of like an incense, of more of like a thing that they inhale as opposed to injecting anything or taking anything by mouth. So they're making this, and for above table mechanical stuff, they are making the celerity mutagen, which increases my dex score in maximum by 3, but I will then have disadvantage on wisdom saving throws. As they are doing this, they are very rarely not looking at Sefik because, well, he's not the object of their retribution. He is a nice substitute for the moment.
So you would say that it's pretty fair that you're distracted and at least keeping half attention, if not 75% of your attention on this individual.
Yes.
You can proudly say that the night goes on without any difficulty whatsoever. Sepik Caltro sleeps the night away. You can see that his form is bruised where the group of you had managed to hit him and subdue him. And he just doesn't really move very much. You see that he doesn't even seem to breathe. Perhaps occasionally you might come over and nudge him, and he does react. So he's very much alive, ? But at least stirring. As the night begins to melt away and you feel the shift in the air, the cold beginning to diminish as warmer hours of the day go on, Rhapsody, you do find, unfortunately, that not only are you exhausted, you have been run ragged. You have drawn the balance card. Please reduce your current hit points to half.
Okay.
I will say, however, that your mutagen you managed to craft with no problem whatsoever, and that on your next intimidation check you can have advantage.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So it is about time to wake up Clay. Clay, would you say that you would wake up naturally? What do you look like throughout the night?
Clay sleeps in a very curled up ball. So there's just like a big puff of white fluff interspaced with different shades of brown leather, curled up with a blanket barely hanging off.
Yeah, so Rhapsody, you find this blanket just rising and falling slowly with Clay's breathing.
I'm not gonna interrupt the little guy.
Okay. You do know that you probably have to get ready
Okay,
to leave at some point.
In that case, it'll be the thing where like you don't want to wake up your cat because it looks really damn cute, but you have to. So
So what you're saying is if Rhapsody was laying down and Clay was curled up like on your chest, you would not move, and then we'd have like a snap cut of like 20
Yes.
years later where there's just a skeleton of you and Clay's just sleeping on you.
especially because that used to be my cat's favorite place to sleep, 100%.
Aww.
So yes.
Okay.
So yeah, like it would be like as I would wait as long as possible, but eventually, Rhapsody would kind of realize, maybe just leftover remnants of Learness's mind, sort of giving them the idea, okay, we need to wake Clay up at some point, even though he looks adorable. So she'll kind of not wanting to sort of be physical, just be like, Clay, good morning.
Clay lets out a big stretch from the tips of his paws to his toes before rolling over and falling off of the bed face first.
Oh,
We hear do you sleep with your helmet on?
Yes.
There's a clang.
And then Clay groggily sort of rises to their feet and looks around.
are you all right?
That's why I wear the helmet.
Very, very smart.
Any trouble last night?
No, he was quite agreeable, surprisingly, compared to his previous demeanor.
So yeah, it's out a big yawn and rubs at his eyes.
And I see that the rest you have been able to get has helped you retain yours. Demeanor, that is.
Two of you can hear some shuffling at the sound of the clang of Clay's helmet against the ground. Sepet Caltro seems to stir, and you see he opens his eyes, and the piercing blue eyes get the picture. They're kind of hot.
Yeah, they are.
This is the real reason Stella wanted us to save them. So she could keep bringing up the eyes in the art.
Yeah.
There's pepper-haired, blue-eyed person.
You don't have to.
Yeah,
You do have to keep
I do
going.
have to.
Yeah, okay.
Keep going,
Okay.
Chiseled jawbone.
True.
You know,
True.
a neatly manicured little goatee, a fanciful ponytail. All right. They wake up, and you can see that they begin to like look around. Well, it's like we haven't quite made it as far as I thought.
Rhapsody is going to not respond to passive aggression and be silent and wait for Clay, the much more personable individual, to respond.
They still trying to get a little bit of the sleep out of their eyes, turn towards Cephik and just go, well, good morning to you too.
I suppose as good of a morning as it can be. You should let me go.
Why would we do that?
Torg will be displeased. They no longer have their mercenary, their bodyguard. I'm sure we can come to an arrangement. Perhaps the two of you could use
I
some
don't
extra coal.
take bribes.
You see that Sepik immediately looks over to Clay.
Clay awkwardly scratches the back of their neck. Well, now, if we were gonna just let you go, we wouldn't really have chained you up in the first place.
You see that he lifts up his hands and shows that he has his bonds on securely. I suppose you're right. What's the plan then? To drag me across the tundra?
Well, currently, yeah.
That's basically it.
I will do
don't
what
agree
I
with it.
must. Escape. I hope you know that.
And I'll do what I must to make sure you don't.
As you say that, he begins to try to rise up onto his feet as quickly as possible.
Rhapsody's sword just ignites. It doesn't move, but it's a great sword. So like, it's more of like sort of like a buckle fastening as opposed to a sheath. So it's like very easily like bam out. But they've had it like sort of slung over as opposed to fastened, and it just sort of like off their back to where it's not going to singe them. Just like ignites as soon as he starts to get up. No movement though.
He slumps back down onto the ground and looks at Clay again.
Clay will take a couple of cautious steps closer. You know, with everything we talked about and thought about last time, I have a question.
Yeah.
How do you know who it was that brought you back?
Who else could it be? It must be Auril. Who else has the power?
I mean, depending on what gods y'all worship, there's kind of a few of them. I mean, even beyond divinity, there's liches and other kinds of monsters. I mean, heck, we found a bag with a ghost in it that took over a kobold earlier.
He casts his eyes, and you can see a very long stare with him. Who else could it be to bless me with the unfeeling of cold? No other god wastes their time here. Not in this wasteland.
And based on your own dogma, why would your goddess give such a thing to you?
You see he leans back and rests against the wall. She's chosen me for whatever reason. That much is clear. I see it in my eyes.
To me, it only damns you more.
Clay will glance between the two of them having their little spat. A small frown curling up at the corner of his cheeks for looking back over to Sefik and trying to lock eyes with that piercing frozen steel.
It's like looking
Ah.
into an abyss of ice.
I wouldn't really say, from what I know of you, that you're a good guy, but I would say you have a sense of duty. And I think that's been used against you to commit these murders. I think out of obligation, you're doing something for the wrong reason.
Can you roll me a persuasion check?
Well, I would love to. Can I use a nat 20?
Yes, you can. Thank you so much, V, for the nat 20s.
Pat yourself on the back.
Look, I spent over a week thinking about this conversation.
Hell yeah.
You see that Sepik is the first to blink away. His eyes fall from yours, and he looks at a wall, and his stare is hard. You can see that something behind his eyes changes. Perhaps it's thoughtfulness. Perhaps it's a sense of loss. It's really hard to pinpoint it. But he falls quiet. He slumps back. Doesn't look like he wants to fight anymore. Not right. And as that happens, we will pan over to the other two, who are way more comfortable in their room.
Morning.
Good morning.
Oh.
I think there's a moment here as morning comes on that the two of you feel stiffness in your bodies, and it's that warm, soft bundle of blankets all around you, and you can feel that your face is cold, and because your face is cold and your body is warm, you realize what a terrible idea it is to leave the soft, warm place.
This is quite possibly the most comfortable bed I think Ida slept in 10 years. Oh. So, what do you think the odds are that that Rhapsody stabbed Sefik last night?
Well, I depends on if Clay was able to be there at the time. If Clay went out of the room, very high possibility. Clay in the room, not at all.
Yeah, I have a feeling Clay probably like slept on top of him just to make sure that he didn't get killed. That's Clay. I'm gonna pick up my short swords and just go like, okay, right.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm like already putting my bow on my back and being like, right, let's see if he's dead.
The two of you immediately get dressed and begin to head down. As you come down, you find that the establishment is rather quiet. The owner is behind the bar and they sort of nod up to you. And other than that, they don't pay you any attention. You basically, as a group, paid premium to not be given attention. He doesn't throw it your way. So it is no trouble that you slip outside, and as you move around to the back of the building, you find that single door. You see that there's a bit of snow that has piled up against the side of the door, so it hasn't been opened in the middle of the night.
Good sign, I guess. Either that or they fell asleep in there.
I would assume they probably all slept in there. But I hope it's good.
I'm gonna just walk forward and just bang on the door a bunch. Hello.
Inside, play Rhapsody. You hear Ine and the banging.
It's open, I think.
I'm just gonna immediately open it and be like, okay, so have either of you slept?
Yeah.
They did. Rhapsody
Why am I not surprised? Already?
Rhapsody is disheveled. They're not doing good.
Oh dear. Do we have like the sled?
Yes.
Like they-
This is a kind of like a shed area, so it does have room for the sled, and the kobolds definitely slept in this room.
Nice. That's good.
You just see like 3 distinct little bundles of bodies underneath the tarp.
I am waiting for the 3 kobolds in a trench coat, like, attempt at disguising them later. I assume Sefik is, hasn't stirred.
Yeah, as the two of you come in, Bam and Ine, you see that Sepik is awake, but is quiet and is just staring at the wall.
What did you do to him?
We just talked.
Just talked. I'm gonna walk over in front of Sefik, and I'm gonna, like, squat down in front of him, and, like, look him in the eyes.
He turns his eyes to you, and he has his chin down, and so he looks up at you, and there's a bit of a glower. It's eye contact. What do you want?
You giving up, or... Scheming.
Let's get a move on already. Gonna lose daylight.
And we have a bounty to collect.
I mean, we are mostly bounty hunters here at this point. Like, that's kind of what brought us together. It's just gonna...
I prefer to think of it as turning in a quest.
I am quite literally a bounty hunter. So.
Oh.
You have a heart of gold. How are you alive still?
He raises the buckler. It's covered in scratch marks and dents.
I like
Already?
to imagine
The old one.
that as you raise your buckler, the single like candle that lights the inside of this shed-like room kind of glistens off of your shield, and it's a rather heroic moment. In fact, you have drawn the comet card and you level up
Yeah!
Oh!
Welcome to level
Nice.
4.
Oh my god, I'm in the big leagues. I'm
Let's
in
go.
the Ine leagues.
Welcome to my level.
So you have
Alright, well, I will
successfully
deal with most of that later.
Yeah, you don't have to
Peak
worry about it right
time.
now. But you have successfully mastered the encounter of destroying Sepet Caltro's life philosophy. So good job. This person is
yeah.
having a crisis now.
Look,
He
Clay
does also
helps
have a
everyone.
big hole in his leg. So
Clay helps everyone, even if they don't want it.
I have a genuine question. How is he still walking?
He's not. He's
Oh.
he's
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
down on the ground.
Mhm.
I forgot I stabbed a sword through his thigh. So
Yes.
Yeah.
You do see that he's not bleeding.
he's not breathing either, is he?
What's your perception? Yeah, he's not breathing.
My perception is actually quite high. Passive 16.
Yeah, he's not really breathing. Maybe a little bit.
Hmm. Same deal as Kolskag.
Maybe.
So, excuse me for asking, Mr. Caltro.
What?
Clay kind of holds out a paw towards the stabbed open leg. Is that gonna heal?
Eventually. Yes.
How long's eventually?
You see he flexes his leg a little bit, winces. A few hours.
Clay looks back at the others. Maybe we should rest a bit longer then? Besides, they look over at the kobolds. They haven't gotten their daily lessons.
Can I do something here, Stella? Can I ask Clay to roll perception? To roll persuasion?
Yeah, sure.
Clay's very good at that by default.
What does Ine's facial expression look like right now as Clay suggests this?
Horn
Or
sat there going, I would love, absolutely love, to just take off and not care about this guy and just drag him along, but also it's Clay.
So with
Okay.
a -2, Clay rolled a 17 persuasion.
That's amazing.
Well, when you put it that way, Clay.
When you put it at a 17, Clay.
It's the cute, adorable, fuzzy guy who's just very persuasive and wants us to be pacifists. And here's Ina, who has spent the majority of her life killing things. What
Well-
can you do?
You just see Clay give a soft little smile at that.
I'm cool with doing a little bit more rest. If that's the case, Ina's gonna go and get breakfast.
Okay. See Ine head back over towards the tavern. Geek Dice, thank you so much for the blessings to each player. So you each have a
you.
pocket reroll. You can use at
Yay.
any time.
Thank you, Geek Dice.
You go.
All right. So the
Thank
plan
you.
here is to take another rest. Do you want to wait 8 hours, 4 hours? What's the plan?
We're not winning it. There's not enough daylight to do that.
Yeah, no. Rhapsody is not going to push things, but everyone can tell from their body language that they are ready to go.
I think
I'm
it's just
guessing-
another short rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm guessing if we take a short rest, because this is dawn, I'm assuming. We
Yeah.
take a short rest, and then we travel to, is it Targos we're going to?
Yes, we're heading towards Targo.
We're heading towards Targos, then we'll get there like 3 p.m.
Yes. It'll
Yeah.
only be a couple of hours. Yeah,
We'll also be moving faster if one person doesn't have an injured leg.
that is very true.
Fair, yeah.
It's
We are
fair.
currently in Tourmaline.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll say that you will rest for a few hours. Unfortunately, Rhapsody, this will not heal you all the way. You will still have exhaustion, but if you want to expend hit dice, Rhapsody, you're more than welcome to recover hit point. So Ine goes to get breakfast. What does everyone else want to do?
Clay's gonna go over to the kobolds. There, out of the two brave ones, there was a one with a knife, and then the other one had like a short spear.
Yeah, let me pull up the characters hand out. We've got Grek, Small, Zerk, and Bot. Vought is the one that was extremely brave. Vought was the one that went like blade storm on the monster. Zerk ran away. Schmoll is the one with the javelin that also ran away that has a suspicious ring. And Grek is the one that Ine had calmed down and has a javelin.
So Clay is going to call over to our little blade storm kobold.
Okay. So Bot is a little taller than the rest of them. Bot has this kind of mottled purple specks and various shapes that are over their reddish complexion of their scales. And of the group, you know that Bot is the most stoic, the most alert, and probably the oldest out of the four. And when you approach, you immediately command his attention.
Good morning, Bot.
Boss.
There's something I want to start training you in today.
He blinks at you.
Clay sets down their pack and ruffles through it for a moment before pulling out the shield that was given to him from the Sojourn. That depicted Clay surrounded by the kobolds.
Are you presenting it so he can see it?
Clay is holding it out for him to hold.
Okay. Bot takes it with both hands.
I want to teach you how to protect the others. Clay gestures to the other kobolds.
He looks over his shoulder at the other kobolds, then looks at you. Protect.
Clay thumps on his buckler. Protect.
See him kind of bonk his head against the shield. Protect.
And then he's going to take a moment to help Vought get the buckler actually on.
Yeah, he is very compliant. He offers his arm, watches you do it. He plays with the buckles. It's pretty clear he figures out how that works.
And then Clay is going to have a little bit of a sparring match with him, trying to teach him how to block and be where he needs to be.
Okay. Let me get from you. Probably just kobold. Let me get from you a survival check.
All right. First is the default roll. 19.
19. Okay. So as you were teaching this new bot, what kind of teaching approach do you have? Are you very hands-on? Are you patient? What does this montage of training look like with Clay?
Clay's definitely like a positive reinforcement and hands-on kind of person. They start with showing the basic movements, like what it can do, usually letting Vought take a swing at them first to show how they're supposed to block. for trying to demonstrate to them how they can do it.
You learn pretty quickly that Vought picks this up fairly easily, and that Vought is a very physical kobold. If he were to try to seriously hurt you, you get the sense that he might be able to actually take you down by himself. But it's pretty clear that he is aligned with you, and he catches up and he keeps pace with your training. You get the sense that he might be a little clumsy with it as he gets used to the weight, especially because he is also very small like you. But you feel pretty confident in your attempts here. And you definitely get the sense he's not going to give you back the shield.
That was part of the plan. But for reference, Clay's end goal in this is to try to teach them the shield master feat.
Okay. You get the sense that you'll probably have to reinforce the
Yeah, not in
training.
like a one-day kind of thing.
Yeah. But you feel hopeful. Feel like this is something that you can do. All right. So Clay does a training session with Bot. Bam. What do you want to do? Do you want to get breakfast with Ine? Do something else?
I think Bam probably can do a little of both. So he's gonna watch Clay spar with one of the kobolds and find it very entertaining. Doesn't really want to leave, but he can feel his stomach starting to like grumble. And he's like, okay. And then he like kind of trolls off and goes and gets breakfast after a little while.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Okay. If I can read right now. I got a 6.
Okay.
You did just get a blessing if you want to use it.
I did. You know what? Why not? Can I re-roll that?
Yeah, sure. That will change the scene dramatically. Okay, a 21. Yeah.
It will change the scene dramatically.
Yeah, okay. You realize very quickly you don't step maybe 1 or 2 footfalls away from the training room here. One of the kobolds has essentially crawled underneath like your cloak and is trying to sneak out with you. You look down
No.
and you see Smole, the smallest of the 4 kobolds, looking up at you with their bright golden eyes, and they kind of give you a smile, but they have a lot of teeth.
Ben will just kind of give a very perplexed look, and kind of smile back. And what are you trying to do, sneaking out?
Sneak.
Or are you trying to
After
learn to be
there.
sneaky?
Food.
Ah, hungry.
Hungry. Hungry. Hungry. And then they begin to like pull on your robe.
I point up to the sun. Sunlight. And
They
then he'll
hiss
kinda,
like a possum, and then they hide back underneath your cloak.
Well, no. As he points up to sunlight, he's gonna go sunlight, and then he's gonna go like this to him, and then like kind of peek at him, like, "I got you, buddy."
Okay. If you
And then I'll
continue to walk, Small is basically gonna hide in the shadow of your cloak and more or less kind of like wraps their little hands around your leg, and they're just kind of like awkwardly moving with you.
Oh, I don't know if I have. You know what? I'm pretty sure I've got some kind of like book bag or something with me like that. Some kind of travel bag. Could I just try and convince the kobold to sneak into that?
Yeah, roll
That
me
way it doesn't-
persuasion.
Shove a kobold in your pack.
Oh.
Okay, with a 5, you put down your bag and you're kind of like pointing at it, encouraging Small to go into it. Small will begin to like dive into your backpack and is now like throwing stuff out and just essentially looking at all your stuff in there.
Very, very angry noises come out of Bam for half a second. He's like, all right. And as soon as he gets settled, Bam will kind of like try and grab everything that was thrown out of it and kind of collect it a little bit. Maybe try and put it back in the bag, if not, trying to put it somewhere.
Yeah,
And
by
then
the
he'll go-
time that you manage to, like, the kobold settles down and you get your stuff, Small is basically sitting down in the shadow of your cloak and is just chewing on one of your rations now.
Oh, okay. That's all right. All right. Yep. Okay. So Bam will be like, all right, fine. I guess we'll do that. And then he'll just start walking to go get food at this point.
Okay. As you do, Shmuel will just basically hide in the shadow and come with you, but you can hear squelching, chewing noises. Bam comes to join you, and you hear chewing noises underneath the table.
Oh no. Oh no.
Exactly probably what you're thinking.
Why? Why?
Hungry.
Hear a tiny voice under the table. Hungry.
Oh no. It's a good thing I'm pretty sure I've managed to pay the owner probably more than he earns in a year, and he doesn't care. So,
Yes.
Are you in the room where are you all in the room where Suffolk is?
No, Ine and Bam are in the tavern.
Yeah, we're getting food in the tavern.
yeah. Yeah, the owner, like, I'm like, look over to where the owner is, and I'm assuming he's just not
Yeah, the
paying
owner
attention
is
to us.
not looking whatsoever.
Yep. Yeah, we're fine. Grab yourself some food, figure out what we're doing, and then we should probably head off the second Suffolk can walk.
The Bam will go up, take a big plate of food, start eating the food, right? And then he'll take a fork of whatever. What is the food for today being offered?
So today, the harvest from the hunt is probably dwindling down quite a bit by now. So it's going to be less hearty. It's going to be more roots and tubers, sort of like more potatoes and
Okay.
like nuts and stuff, and not really like hot, juicy meat or like broth or anything like that. So it's more dry foods that last a long time.
That makes sense. So Bam will just kind of like take a bunch on a fork, and then kind of look around, and then kind of open up the backpack a little bit, sneak the fork in a little bit, and then
The
once
fork
he kind of
gets stolen. You don't have a fork in your hand.
Ina sees this happening and just sighs, grabs a bunch of the berries that are in there, and then casts Good Berry on them, and just basically turns all of them into like slightly magical berries, and is going to pocket two and then throw one to the kobold. The kobold is now unbelievably full.
Yeah, you hear the munching of like the crunching into the berry, a very audible sound, and shortly after, you feel the bag jostling around almost like a cat trying to get comfortable, and then there's no movement, and you hear gentle snoring.
Oh, that's one way to go to take care of them.
I think these things will be the death of us.
I know that these things will be the death of us.
So glad you feel that way. Bam, you have drawn the knight card.
Oh, wait, am I stealing one of V's knights?
I was thinking this whole time we have the perfect amount of kobolds for one to bond with everyone.
Okay, all right, I'll take it. Because I remember the kobolds being like a knight thing for V.
No, they were thrown.
Oh, I confused it. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, they are calling Clay boss. They think Clay is like the leader of their little
Oh, okay. So is this one just a friend now?
gang. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how helpful they'll be, but yeah.
Well, I want to make.
Look, if you need someone to, if you really hate the food you're eating, you know, like, instead of tossing it into a potted plant, just put it in your cloak.
Oh my goodness. So which one? Okay, which one was it again that went with me?
That was Shmuel.
Shmuel. Okay.
Got the baby.
I will
I
learn the
love
name
Shmuel.
Shmuel.
Yeah.
I will learn the name
Shmuel.
All right.
All right, now Ine gets to teach one how to use a bow.
I am not teaching them how to use a bow.
I think
The Ranger
Rhapsody,
You
kobold.
will die.
Rhapsody and the name of what's the older, gruffer one that has the shield now?
Bot.
But
I think Rhapsody and him have an understanding.
Mhm.
Speaking of Rhapsody, what would you like to do during your break here? I believe you spent health, your hit dice. So
Yes.
you do take some time to rest here. What does resting look like for you?
So basically, because got the card level 1 exhaustion anyway. I mean, it's from Rhapsody just being ragged. They traveled with a compatriot of theirs that Learnus also knew. They were in Bryn Shander the night Sojourn faded away and felt it. And so they were already were worn ragged when approaching the fight with Suffolk. And they're just trying to use all the tricks in the book that they've learned about how to fight exhaustion, how to stay up, how to feel good the next day, which I can relate with from a recent job. And it's like, shit. Sleep deprivation hurts, so they're doing their best to make sure they're drinking lots of water, getting some decent food with protein and B vitamins in it or whatever. But they're definitely doing this while continuing to keep an eye on Suffolk.
Okay. So you find that these small comforts do give you a sense of relaxation here and feel better than you did before. Can I get a perception check from you?
Yes. Ooh, where are you, perception? There you are.
And just for the table, for the way that we handle level 4, the way that I like to run my tables is I think feats are really fucking cool. And I think that the way that 5e handles choosing one or the other, the ability score improvement or feats, I think it kind of makes it a little difficult and makes feats a little inaccessible and you have to choose. So go ahead and take both. You can get a feat and your ability score.
the ability score is +1, right?
It's 2 points of +1. So you get to choose either do 2 into 1 or 1, whatever you like. You can distribute the 2 points however you like.
Okie dokie. Thank you.
Yeah. But that will apply only if you haven't multi-classed your lower levels class.
Mm-hmm.
But with an 18 perception Rhapsody, you also notice that as you're resting, Sepik Caltro seems to also rest. At certain times, he flexes his leg, and you see that the stiffness seems to wear off, and you can swear one time that the shift of his clothes where he had been stabbed by Ine, it almost looks as if the wound is now gone. And it must have healed all on its own. So we'll say that with your rest here and the group of you finishing up several hours of doing various things, you all congregate back into the private room. When you are all in the private room, the sled is prepared for departure. The 4 kobolds, count them underneath the tarp, and Sepik Caltro stands up and seems to be able to hold his weight on both.
Ina's gonna walk up to Suffolk and basically hold up one of the good berries to him and be like, "I know you don't need to eat. This is magical," and just hand him a good berry.
Okay. Put it in his hand.
He can't use his hands, can he?
Nope.
So his bonds are, we're going to say, in front of him. So he
Oh.
could
Okay,
put it
yeah.
in his
Yeah,
mouth.
wrapped
if he
like this.
wanted.
Yeah, I'll put it in his hand then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. He'll hold it. He doesn't eat it right away. Is there anything
Suit yourself.
anyone wants to do before we head off?
Not in particular.
Clay is currently under the tarp, making sure the kobolds are safe and comfortable.
Love that. The group of you begin to make your way out into the streets of Tourmaline. Shortly after, you begin to wrap around southwest, following the path that will eventually take you to Bremen, where you are to turn in our dear Caltro. But you know, on the way, you're going to make a stop at Targos. It's the safest route, and also it'll be a good place to stop before it gets too dark, too cold. I will need a survival check from who wants to lead the charge.
The
could do
ranger.
Yeah. Who could it be?
I won.
Mine's
Who could it
pretty
be? That's
Mine's
a
pretty good now,
21.
but yours is still better.
21. Very cool.
I got scared at one of those songs. Oh, no, now I'm scared.
Don't be scared, we're fine.
Yeah, the silence was enough to make me be like,
Bella's looking for the scarier music.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is not a good.
You have traveled for hours. With Ine's expertise, you're able to make it through the frozen waste with quite a little bit of effort, in fact. Ine knows these paths very well, and you step where Ine steps and there's no trouble whatsoever. Ine, several hours in, you know that you're probably around here now, only like an hour out from Targos at this point. We'll say that it's somewhat afternoon. So it's as warm as it could possibly get. There is no storm. So the sky is clear. Pathways are clear. You can see a very far distance in any direction across the snowy dunes here. You see something that grips at your chest. Can I get a will save? A wisdom save.
Yep. That's 10. Can I
10.
re-roll it?
Yes, you have a reroll for these dice.
No.
You rolled a 7. That's still
Can I,
gonna be
I'm
a
using
10.
a nat 20 on it.
Okay.
I don't want
Are
to
you
fail
sure
this.
you don't
I
want to just
don't
let
wanna-
this happen?
I don't want to fail this.
Why not? I'm sure it's fine. It's not because I changed the music, right? Oh. As you're looking out, you first think it's a snow when it moves. You realize you see the long, slender neck of a creature, and it is currently gorging on the body of something. There is a large, furry mass and just a ripped crimson as this creature dives its massive maw into the body of it, pulls out guts, viscera, and is just chowing down. You realize that it's a polar bear, and you realize the polar bear is being eaten by this.
No.
Oh.
no.
Oh.
That looks fine. I think my shield could block that.
Yeah.
Averterus. Oh no.
Wait, it has a.
No, you don't see shit. Nuh-uh.
Have I ever seen this before?
Okay,
I
I
don't know if
don't
you would have
see what
seen
I
this.
see there at the center. Mathis sees that. Rhapsody does not.
You
Ah,
very clearly are able to tell that this is a dragon. You know what a dragon looks like. Anybody can guess what a dragon looks like.
mhm.
And from this distance, it's gotta be like 200 feet away. And even being 200 feet away is massive. And it is tearing into this body of a creature.
Did I see this in my dream last night?
Yes, you did. Tell me what it looks like as you realize this is the creature from your dream. And there's a brief moment where this crippling fear grips your chest. You're able to shake it off.
Ine locks up when this happens. Like she didn't have the like bow out or anything. It was like across her back, but it just stops like suddenly while leading, staring dead ahead at this thing, and cannot tear their gaze away from it. Their chest starts to feel tight, and they start to panic, and they take a breath, and another, and manage to tear their eyes away for a second. And then, trying not to panic the rest of the group, is going to turn around and just very quickly say, "Be very, very quiet." And then turns back. Like, if anyone makes a noise, Ine is going to just point a sword at them and be like,
Caravan
then-
comes to a sudden stop now.
I am debating what I do here. Because I have a bunch of different spells I could use.
Okay.
I'm not going to use any of them.
Let me get a history check at advantage from anyone who's a local here. So Ine, not Clay, not Raps. Just
No,
Ine.
definitely not Clay.
Dirty 20?
Okay, perfect. Ine, you realize now seeing it in person, you know exactly what this is. You know that there is a local legend among the 10 towners of the White Worm of Aeturus.
Mhm.
An ancient white dragon that layers on top of the Reghead Glacier. She is the most fearsome predator in Icewind Dale. However, you also know that this particular dragon is said to not prefer the meat of humanoids and has not been a menace or a terror to any of the 10 towns yet. She
Yet
likes
being the keyword.
She likes the meat of other creatures, and you can see she's currently eating a polar bear. Do whatever
Is
you want
there
with
a
that
way?
information.
Is there a way for me to get us safely around her without engaging? Or getting her attention?
Why not just fight it?
Does Clay say that out loud?
No. No, that was me.
Oh.
I don't think Clay can even see it.
No, right now, no one can see it but Ine. Unless Ine wants to take a moment to point it out.
I'm gonna I'm gonna get basically down on one knee, point it out, and then just whisper. And then actually, why am I whispering? I've got telepathy. I'm gonna say
Did you
with
say
telepathy
that?
to all of them. There's a white worm ahead of us. I'd say the name again because I've forgotten it.
Beatrice.
Beatrice. A white worm. This thing is terrifying. Yeah, genuinely quite terrifying. I would highly recommend
Leia
you don't
lets
fight
out
it.
a gasp.
Being very familiar with Monsters Rhapsody will sort of hear this and not knowing Aventurus, but knowing the words white worm together would mean as being with their background dealing with monsters, they'll definitely understand and respond with do not engage.
I mean, I don't fancy our chances if we do this. If it fights, we could fight back, but we're probably fighting back while running.
Mm-hmm.
Now that it's like all pointed out to you, there's kind of a moment where you're talking amongst yourselves and you look back out towards the dragon and you hold your breath. You can almost hear it on the wind. It breathes out. It exhales ice. See, air itself freezes at the touch, falls down in shards, disappearing into the snow. It seizes up the remains of the polar bear, throws it up, begins to swallow it whole, and slowly the dragon begins to turn, and you can tell it's beginning to leave.
How far away is it?
About 200 feet.
Bit too far away. Never mind.
Too far away for what?
No.
Nothing? Nothing.
Exactly.
Someone might have like a
just
bow with
want to talk to
120
it.
range.
No.
I just want to talk to it
No.
Can dash
with telepathy.
can dash up if you want.
You could scream.
No.
True.
Use telepathy.
It's only guaranteed to understand me if I use telepathy.
Just sneak up to the dragon. Don't worry about us, buddy. Just keep moving.
And also speak with animals. Yeah.
With an exhale, it begins to unfurl its wings and it whoosh, whoosh, lifts up. And you can see wind whips around, even being 200 feet away. The snow kicks up and it washes at your face, your clothes, and there's a wave of cool air that buffets you as the dragon rises up, 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 and begins to slowly fly away.
Ine lets out a breath that she didn't know she was holding.
Man, I can't wait to tell my pa about that one. Please.
Try to stay alive.
Mm-hmm.
How did Sefik respond to this?
That's a great question. As you look over to Sepik, they have not moved. You can see that the fear that gripped you for a brief second, it has completely stilled them. They don't even look at you. They just watch the dragon fly away.
If I try to like pull him along, so he follows, is he going to move or does he not move?
It takes a moment. He blinks a bit before he realizes himself, and then he will move along without any complaint. But you can tell that from the way that as he walked, his eyes continue to follow the path of the dragon. That is what is on his mind right now.
Oh dear. Ine is very shaken by this. Like, didn't get fully paralyzed by fear, but is definitely shaken, and is a lot less chipper about trekking through the tundra.
Bam is also really spooked. I'm sure he's seen some of this stuff before, doing like looking up different monsters and dragons and all kinds of stuff. Um, although he probably initially didn't know exactly what it was. But once you told him and he looked at it and he saw it kind of fly away, he probably was just like fearful for a minute, just like freaking, like kind of like thinking, oh, maybe it'll turn around, and then it just goes the opposite direction, and that's when he breathes a sigh of relief when he knows it's going the opposite direction.
As we're walking towards Targos, one thing that Ine is going to do, without even looking or giving this away to the other people around, is going to talk directly to Sefik with telepathy and just say, you know you're going to probably your death, right?
He looks directly towards you as you do this, and he speaks out loud. He says, "What do you want from me?"
I want to know what you like, why you did everything. Like, you, it's why go and kill all of these people?
Look, the Frostmaiden clearly has an influence on this realm, and he gestures out to the infinite waste all around you, the perpetual darkness, the cold that clings. I was lost in the snow, and I was brought back. What else could bring me back but the Frostmaiden herself? I know it in my bones. I'm chosen. It could be the only reason. And it was my to keep people from breaking their oaths, their promise. The people of this land promised various things, various sacrifices to our. The people of this land, at least some of them, tried to cheat that. Doing it for the good of the land.
And you call this good? People who constantly sacrifice everything that they have, and their numbers dwindle, and they like rapidly diminish and die away because of it, and you say this is good, and that the end goal of your mistress isn't to just turn this area into an icy wasteland devoid of life.
We don't know why the Frostmaiden chose these lands, but she's made it her home. What else would you have me do? I am one person. I am doing the best I can. Someone's got to do
Fight
it.
back.
What do I fight? The cold? How do you fight the cold?
Fight the cold with fire if you really want, but Bremen seems to be devoid of that.
It isn't fire that sustains me. There's a grimace
Clay-
on his face as he looks at Rhapsody, very pointedly.
Clay looks like he's starting to get angry.
Hell yeah.
Not everything out here. He pauses. There's a glare that none of you are used to. I've traveled all over this place. Every time I see the same thing, it's always fight, attack, kill. Know what you don't see out here? You know what no one carries with them? Clay lifts up and slams against their buckler. It's never protect. It's never save. It's never help. Just because you're doing your best doesn't mean you're doing it the right way.
He mumbles under his breath. Perhaps you hear it, perhaps you don't. He says, "What other choice do I have?" There's a sense of loss in piercing blue eyes.
Everyone I know who's tried to protect, who's tried to help people, all the folks who I've tried to assist, I've tried to make sure that they make it through the day. All the people who basically plucked me out of the snow when I was borderline dying and nursed me back to health, like, they're all gone now. Like, none of them survived. And honestly, most of the time it wasn't even the tundra that took them, it was other people. We shouldn't be fighting each other. When I say fight, what I mean is fight to stay alive. Fight to protect those you love. Fight to try and make some kind of a difference in this absolute hellscape we're in. Don't just sit there and think that the only thing you can do is whatever your god has told you. That's not going to get you anywhere, okay?
And registering the look that Sefik made at Rhapsody, Rhapsody will wait for Ine to finish and chime in with even if what you do is actually instructions from some sort of deity commanding you to do something, you fail to see that in reality it's just ripping apart the home you think it's helping so much. It's dividing the people from doing their best to help one another. So even if you are achieving Oral's aims, do they really sit well with you?
As the group of you say these things to Sepik, he again falls quiet. See that he's looking forlorn to the distance. The north. The sea of moving ice. He says, "I have nothing more to say." You all get the
We should
sense
hurry.
that you have changed something.
That is your right as a
Mhm.
prisoner.
Clay steps into the middle of the group and slowly steps around in a circle and locks eyes with everyone. I have one last thing to say.
Yeah.
And they cross the buckler over their heart and then turn towards Ine. I promise you I won't die. I'm gonna protect everyone around me, and I'm gonna stay alive.
I'll
Rhapsody
hold you
here.
to that, Clay.
Rhapsody hears a voice that would be familiar to everyone in the party say, "I told you so," and you see a little tear run out of Rhapsody's eye.
And then Clay lowers down the buckler and goes to check to make sure the kobolds are all right.
Oh,
They don't seem to have hurt
Yeah.
the dragon at all.
Good.
Ina is going to just continue to take point at the front. Also,
Yeah.
this entire time, by the way, Ina has been in just bare changeling form, not with an actual face on.
You do know that Targos is very close. You want to maintain your...
If we're going towards Targos, I am changing to Emmeline.
Begin to approach Targos. And remember Targos as... Why was I about saying car wash?
Car
What?
wash?
I don't know. Going to the car wash. Okay.
Car wash, yeah.
Sorry that my millennial is showing.
It's okay.
You make your way towards Targos and you find the familiar wall that surrounds it. And you can see off towards the north is the frozen shallows of Mare Dualden, where you originally met Pearl. Approaching
Yeah.
Targos, you bump into someone. Passing through the gate, almost near the entrance, you see someone very unlike anyone else here so far. They are easily 8.5 tall, and they are somewhat slumped in their posture. You can tell that they look very disheartened. This person has ash gray skin, and you can see that there is a number of dark stripes across their face, on their arms. Their arms are bare, and what they do wear on their chest is strapped metal and leather and bits of fur showing a lining underneath. And she has this long black braid that is shorn on the sides and kind of comes down almost like a mohawk. She sighs. She ambles through the street, crossing your path as you're trying to make your way deeper into Targos. She is a Goliath.
Hmm.
Okay, but like compared
Yes.
to Clay.
Oh. I thought you were gonna ask if she's hot. Yes.
Well, that was
That's-
in the description.
That's
No,
that's
I
a
didn't
you
need to
question.
ask. I already knew.
Yeah.
That
I
was
go by.
described to us in detail already.
I feel like by default every NPC is here.
Look,
so.
for the rest of you, you can get bench pressed, but Clay gets to sit on the biceps.
That is true.
Bro. She stops in the street, since none of you talked to her first. And she looks at the very interesting collection of the group of you, leaning over to the side to look at your sled with moving lumps underneath, and then past it to the prisoner you have tied to the back of it.
Mhm.
Looks you up and down, continues to slowly shuffle away, making you look at you.
No.
Clay's gonna step in front of him.
She stops. She looks down at you.
Clay looks up at them.
Never seen someone like you.
Well, I ain't never seen someone as tall as you before.
I I suppose not many Goliaths make their way down. I'm from Sky Tower Shelter. Where are you from?
Well, didn't really have a name, but I was pretty close to Waterdeep.
Never heard of it. Is it far away?
Clay nods a bit at that. Bit of a trek.
Is it cold?
Shakes his head at that. Not compared to here.
I bet it's nice. I bet it's some. I could. She grimaces a little. Never mind. You are very small.
Thank you.
She would lean to the side, but she doesn't have to. She just looks clearly over you, over at your companions. Got a lot of gear on. Adventurers?
Adventurers, bounty hunters.
I'm an adventurer. The hand barely reaches into the edge of her vision.
A lot
Little
of us have
hops.
mixed of both.
She looks torn as she looks at the group of you. You can tell she has a question on the tip of her tongue. She points.
I didn't really want to bother you, but are you all right?
She kicks a rock and it like embeds into a wall nearby. Someone's house just has a rock in it now. She says,
You're strong.
I recently dishonored myself when I resorted to thievery to cover
Oh.
certain expenses.
Just like leans against the sled and is just like, okay, this got interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Clay looks deep in thought as they try to understand the double meanings of everything.
Roll me an insight check.
Insight. 11.
Okay. From an 11, you can tell she feels really guilty by something she did. And that's about it.
Hmm.
Can I take a
Did
stab
you
at it?
have to do it?
Yeah, Bam, go ahead. Kind of didn't have very many options, I suppose. With a 13, Bam,
Not much more.
Escalate. Who's going next?
you can tell that
All right.
she feels really guilty about doing the theft, and from that guilt, you get the sense that she's not really someone who is characteristically a thief. She was pushed to a point where she had to do something that she didn't.
So
Are
you're
you-
telling me? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say. So you're telling me that you went and stole something, you feel really bad about it, and you came up to a bunch of random adventurers to, I guess, vent about it? What do you actually want?
As you say that, you see that she straightens a bit and she crosses her arms, which are super, super ripped, by the way, over her chest. And she says, Ugh, I don't mean to vent. I was ambling. You get the sense that this is a very prideful person, and maybe this was a moment of weakness. She looks regretful. I should go.
Well,
Bam with a little bit more information will step a little bit more forward. kind of look her in. Well, I can't look her in the eye. I guess I'd be looking. Would I be looking? Yeah, I'd be looking up at her.
She's
You looking
very
up?
tall.
Well,
He
I'm.
would be. Even
I-
You're looking at
Rhapsody
the
would
belly
be.
button.
Yeah, I was like but I'm tall orc boy, but then I remember that's not quite right. So I look up and I go, I have a sense that you were. Who forced this on you?
No one really. Look. I'm getting the sense that you haven't really met a Goliath before, but our people, we tend to be very, very competitive. And I came across some expenses that I couldn't quite pay off. So I've been dishonored.
That almost sounded like you were gambling.
You see sweat, even though it's like really fucking cold out here, sweat just drips down the sides of her face. Her eyes sort of
So-
dart to you very quickly and then away from you.
Rhapsody, at the beginning of the session, was awarded an advantage to an intimidation check.
Uh-huh.
So Rhapsody, being 6'8", a very tall person, still quite a height difference, is still going to look up at this Goliath, look her straight in the eye, kind of cock their brow and say, "Speak plainly, please. What did you do?"
Go ahead and roll intimidation at advantage.
I also happen to have +7 to intimidation.
Yeah,
So-
a 15. Okay.
Ah!
With the 15, she
Technically.
kind of leans away a bit. See that her arms tighten across her chest. I just did a bad thing, and sorry to disturb. She kind of inches away and begins to head deeper
Bam will
down.
Bam will try and stop her. He'll go to reach out, I guess, to her, grab her arm if it's okay.
Yeah,
And
you
he-
touch her
and-
arm, and she's actually quite warm to the touch. She stops, looks at you.
We we have a little bit of business to take care of. Do you want help? When we drop this off, we can help you.
Roll me an insight check.
I actually have proficiency in it.
Nice.
Yes.
19. Okay.
Nice.
You can see that her bottom lip quivers a little bit. You get the sense that she's someone who's very prideful, and it's taking a lot out of her to try to express herself. And she shifts on her feet a little bit. She says, Yeah, I could use some help.
Are you gonna be in town still for long?
She rubs the back of her neck. Yeah, I don't really have anywhere to go, so I'll be at the Luskin Arms.
Okay. And then he'll go to the rest of the group and he'll go.
That just surprised me because I'm not expecting.
I'll go to the rest of the group and I'll just say didn't mean to step on anyone else's toes, but I just had the sense that they needed help.
She
I'm gonna
looks. Oh, go ahead.
go over to her and just hand her. I by the way, I have 8 good berries on me still, so I'm just gonna hand her one, and be like, "It looks like absolutely nothing. I guarantee you, it's something. Just eat it, have fun."
The
Yeah.
good berry is tiny in her very
Yep.
big, strong muscle.
It's going to fully fill her up.
Yeah. She looks at it and she says, "I don't think I've seen something quite as pretty in such a long time."
fun. Have you seen 4 more of them? I had 4 more to her.
She holds these and she's stunned. You see that her cheeks almost turn purple as she's blushing, holding these good berries, and she says,
You.
I don't really have anything I can give you in return.
Oh, I wasn't asking for anything in return. Don't worry about it.
It's a think of it as a sign of trust and kindness. We want you to feel you can trust us.
A deposit upon future friendship, if you will.
Better put.
All right. I suppose I should introduce myself.
Oh. I always forget to do these games.
She says, my name is Juan, the Monolith. A Kanath.
I'll say.
Goddamn.
She flexes her muscles a little bit.
Impressive. And very, very impressive.
Ine is acting all like stoic and being like, "Oh yeah, like whatever." But when she does that, it's just like just staring, mouths half open, and then catches herself because
She doesn't seem to notice that you're staring. She kind of holds the berries awkwardly in her hands, and she says, "Well, look, I'll make sure that you don't get nothing or help. Sure, I can offer something."
Let's make a deal right now about all this. Let's help you with whatever your problem is. Once we take care of our little person here, and points over to the person in the chains.
Sepik just kind of shrugs.
We're trying to help him too.
We'll worry about however you feel. If you want to pay us back in some way, that's fine. But let's worry about what's causing you a problem now, and we'll worry about whatever reward we'll get later for it.
Do you need help with your problem? Looking at Sepik. I can go with you.
I mean, one more person probably wouldn't hurt.
we do need him alive. I should probably warn.
Yes, we do need him alive. Sorry, yes.
Well, technically we don't, if I recall.
We need him alive,
Preference.
ideally. Let's
Hey,
not kill him when we don't need to.
Preference.
We've
please,
made a
preference.
lot of progress here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm still not straying from my original principle. It would have gone differently if you weren't there, Clay.
Quan kind of looks between the 4 of you as you each talk, and she says, I won't do anything without asking first.
Oh, good.
Thank you for your
Question, by the way, how much are you in the hole for?
She looks up at the sky, and the sigh that leaves her body almost seems to deflate her half a foot height. She slumps a little bit. That doesn't matter, really. What does matter is, what I can do to atone for my dishonor. Yeah. Look.
Well, when you are ready, we'll need to know a bit more detail about that if we're going to help you.
I just remembered
That's when you're comfortable.
we forgot to get a sled dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
We
Oh,
were
shit.
supposed to get sled dogs in the last town.
Oh, shit, yeah. Oops.
I was
I
like, wait a minute, why do I still have so much money? I was planning to spend all of this on a dog.
I was looking at my money, being like, I could totally just like throw you like 50 gold.
Because you
but,
still have all of Sojourn's money, right? Melanie?
Yeah, I mean, I'd split it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot. I totally
Okay.
forgot.
Pause. We're gonna do some dog shopping episode.
All right, the
The
filler episode. Go back, go
flashback.
back. The
Go
group
back,
goes to buy a
go
dog.
back. Hold on.
So
Let's
you're probably wondering how I
back
got
the-
here.
Dog shopping music.
At that moment,
You're probably wondering how I
Quan
got
hears
this
a dog barking.
All right.
I can't believe we all forgot.
Hey, there's a lot of moving pieces in this campaign.
That was like
Mm.
our number 2 goal in going there.
Yeah. Oh no, you were going to Targos. Targos is where you would buy the dogs. You're gonna buy them
It
here.
was
Yeah.
Targos?
Yeah.
Okay.
The big shop is here.
Yep.
Okay.
The dogs
so-
are here.
So we haven't gotten the dogs yet.
All right, back to
We're
the
good,
future
we're
for the
good.
Well, that
flashback.
makes sense.
What?
This
We'll
is where the
catch
guy
up to
who's
that and get the dogs in a bit.
This is where you brought back
makes
Garrett.
sense.
I just
Yeah.
reminded everyone we need dogs.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That was
Oh.
good to bring up.
Thank you very much, Clay. I forgot all about the dogs.
But yeah,
so
so
funny.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
How do you feel about kobolds?
Guess in a pinch. Should be.
How do you feel about feeding kobolds?
I don't think I've ever done that before. If you
not
need
not
help-
to something else. Not to something else, to be clear. Giving them food to eat. Just to specify.
Okay. She looks
Yeah,
at the
so-
lumps moving underneath the tart.
Let's
so-
say, in an emergency, would you be willing to carry 1 to 4 kobolds?
Yes.
And would
Just-
you also be willing to wear a very large piece of clothing while doing so?
I suppose.
Makes her then conspicuous and everything.
You
don't like
I like to
Somewhat.
imagine there's a little yip from under the cover.
Your arms are quite large. They could grab your biceps and blend in just fine.
Yeah.
Just for the record, all of the kobolds think Clay is their leader. So yeah, just roll with it. I think at this point.
All right.
I'm trying to teach them morals and economics.
If you've not figured out by now, the lumps are the cope.
Yeah, I was able to put that together.
If you're gonna be with us, you'll have seen them anyway. Might as well. break
I
the
won't
ice.
ask any questions. This is definitely the most interesting day in a long time.
I'm glad we
Also,
could give
this
you
is
that.
Marble, and Clay will go and pick up the Craig cat.
You just pick up. Oh. See, she just like gently like pats it on the head, and immediately you see Marble just like just all teeth and like.
Can
fangs
I
and
cast
claws.
Speak with Animals right now?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, Stella.
No, you're good.
Oh, now gets to be a kitten.
You get to be a kitten. You get to be a deadly murder kitten.
A knife
There
cat.
we go. Speak with Animals.
Nice
Nice
cat.
cat.
Nice cat.
Nice
There
cat.
we go. So I'm just like, while we're doing this, I see Marble and I just go, I
This is
could, and I
a-
start casting it.
Yeah, so this is a vocal and somatic spell. So what does it look like as you cast this?
You see her just start like mumbling to herself when she sees Marble, and then she starts making like various like guttural animal sounds as she's like doing this, and a lot of people probably like if there's other people around, they will all be turning heads right now, going, "What on earth are they doing?" Besides the fact that they stick out like a sore thumb, then they're rambling.
Yeah, the group of
Um,
you with a Goliath holding a crag cat kitten. What do you say?
When the spell is cast, I'm gonna go up to the crag cat and go like, "Oh, are you hungry?"
Everyone else here just like, just various cat beast noises.
So he turns from holding the cat towards the Goliath to holding it towards the
Yeah, you see that Marble's like chewing on the hand of the Goliath, and the Goliath is like trying to pull her hand away.
That's not food. That's not food, okay? I'm going to very, very carefully try and see if I can feed it another good berry. I want to see if I can feed the crag kitten, but I'm going to be pulling away and going, no, every time it tries to bite me.
Okay, roll me animal handling at advantage.
Yay!
Yay!
Okay, good thing it's an advantage.
13 and 18.
18.
Okay,
Yep.
18. With the 18, there are a few rebellious nips at you, but on the third try, Marble seems to relent and is an obedient good boy.
Pretty much just like throw it into Marble's mouth.
They just chew
At
it,
the
and you
end.
see the juices kind of just like splatter on their white fur.
I'm like, oh, who's a good kitty? I'm actually gonna pet Marble at this point.
Yeah, by the
While
time
they're
that
eating.
you're petting Marble, Marble's kind of like licking their paws, trying to wash their face. Meanwhile, Quan the Goliath is just standing there watching all of this happen. Okay.
We
Don't worry, it's a deadly creature. It's the deadliest, and it will kill you.
Yes, I understand that.
Well, now that you've met our crazy crew, you have a choice, I suppose. You can come with us if you want, or you can meet us if you want to take a second to wrap your head around everything you just saw.
You can find me at the Luskin Arms. I'll wait. Good luck.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay.
You as
If you're
well.
gonna be at the Luskin Arms, who's the person we know at the Luskin Arms again?
Yes.
Oh, right. We do know someone there.
Was it the
Yeah,
creepy
you do.
dude?
Creepy
Let me
dude.
double check. Margot. You know that Speaker Nerth Maxil Dinar is kind of
Yes.
like a well-off person that lives
The creepy dude.
in.
Didn't we
Luskin.
do him a favor?
Didn't
Oh.
Kolskeg promise him something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't he
great.
he's the one that has the funky plant, right?
Did Kolskeg ever tell anyone else what he promised him?
No.
I don't think so. No. Oopsie.
Ah, fun.
I don't even
well.
remember what Kolskeg promised him.
I'm
That's not your
sorry.
problem.
I think he only ever met Kolskeg, so
That's
Yeah.
right.
he doesn't know the
Well, maybe-
rest of us.
That's right.
I thought he meant Emmeline.
No. Kolskeg
Okay.
was by himself, I'm pretty sure.
No, I wasn't there.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Got you. Shit.
So we don't know anyone.
Nope.
In that case, I'm gonna throw
Well, you
a
know
couple
of
of.
Garrett and
Yeah.
their partner.
Oh, that's in the same
Keegan.
vicinity. Right.
That's
Yeah.
here in
Yeah.
Targo.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
where we're
If you're
gonna go
at-
buy at least one dog from.
Oh,
Right.
man,
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna-
love that I took notes on this. If you open the people we've met, I've actually divided it up by town. I'm so smart.
Mhm.
Oh,
I
nice.
check it
God.
out usually
Yeah.
once a session.
Look at
Pat.
that big brain over there. Look at that big brain
Thank
over there.
you,
It's
Stella.
fantastic.
Yeah, so
Because I will never
We
remember
know-
anyone's name.
yeah, so we know exactly who we know here in this town.
Pipe.
So Targos, we met Boy, Nerth, and
Boy.
Danica. Danica said that she was gonna wait here.
The
But-
Tringus one. Yes.
Yeah, but you have no lantern
Oh.
or chewingas.
Oh yeah. Crap.
Like, I just
Oh.
told her about the chewingas. I was.
Play,
Just find the
Play
chewing
looks like they had an epiphany. Oh, I should probably go tell her that we broke the lantern. Also, I may have found some chewingas.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You what?
Yeah, rolled out of the stable one night, and we kind of like played for a while on a hill.
Oh, I taught some Chewingas poker last year. They're very gentle creatures.
I found you in that spot. You didn't tell me that you found anyone?
Well, they didn't look like they wanted anyone to know. They kind of ran away.
Okay, I guess. Should have still said something, Clay.
Probably.
Oh, and Steve, the semi-professional ice skater, lives here too.
Yeah,
I love Steve.
yeah.
Yep.
Steve.
So you know plenty of people here.
MVP.
Yep.
Yes. I'm still just going to toss a couple of silver to the Goliath, to Quan, and be like, get yourself a room. We'll come over to you. Don't get yourself in too much debt.
She blushes and says, I won't. I promise.
Good. Ina is like currently looks like Emmeline, and this whole scene that everyone is seeing is this old woman has just schooled a Goliath and walked away.
Yeah. See, slowly Quan begins to shuffle away towards the Luskin Arms. So now
Right.
you are left to do your various things.
Right. We need to get to Bremen, right? Are we staying tonight?
It is 3 p.m. right now.
Yeah.
You see Rhapsody looks very depleted, and if Emmeline said that out loud, just gives her a look like, yeah. Yeah.
You
Please.
need to sleep, don't you?
Yes. I
We
think
can get. Well, we can get to Bremen. We can get there just as the sun is setting. Because we
I
have enough
appreciate you thinking about the future, but we need to turn in that one first, don't we?
time. The idea is to go to Bremen for turning in that one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I thought that was here in Targos. My bad.
No.
Ooh, it's in Bremen.
Targos is
Ah!
Danica, if you want to turn that in, and buying dogs.
Okay.
Yep.
I got confused with the Danica thing, I thought.
So,
yeah,
if we want to go to Bremen, and we want to get there before sunset, I think we're going to have to just do that.
Mhm.
Otherwise, anything else we pick is an overnight. It is either travel at night or stay.
I'd prefer not to travel at night.
Especially since there is no trail to Bremen. I'll be taking us through the tundra with no road.
So
You could
We can get
also
him-
just travel during night if you want.
We could, but the
No.
smirk from Stella makes me very, very
Yep.
nervous.
Yep.
You already met the
I mean-
dragon. It can't possibly be worse than that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
but,
we've also got
we'll go-
like kobolds that could guide us at night.
This time,
Oh,
yeah,
good
true.
point, actually. Yeah.
There's-
So, hey, if we're going to use that as a suggestion, there, I'd say we go get the dogs. We could split up. Have some people go get the dogs. Somebody go and talk to Danica. Get back here in an hour, and then we'll head off.
Okay, but who does Sefik go with?
Me.
Okay, where are you going?
I mean, I could just drag him to the Luskin Arms.
yeah. Sounds
Well,
good to me.
I gotta go tell Danica about, all of that.
Mhm.
I'll go
And then
with
Clay
Okay.
just starts like walking off.
Rhapsody will follow Clay.
Yeah, I'm not going to leave Rhapsody with Sefik, because
Se-
Rhapsody is exhausted.
Yeah, Rhapsody's following Clay. Rhapsody is
Uh,
choosing a new
And then they
charge.
pause for a moment and they turn back to Ine. You think you can find a place for the kobolds?
For how long?
God. What a
Well, at
very
least while we're in
realistic
town, right?
question.
Oh, this is going. God, I just had the worst idea.
Oh no.
So you know the ice skating guy?
Oh.
Are we gonna teach the kobolds to ice skate?
No, that sounds dangerous. Let's not give them blades.
No fun.
One already seems to be quite proficient in blades.
Yes, but let's not make it worse. I'm just gonna go and take the animals and sled and stuff to the Luskan Arms. I'm gonna have it outside with the kobolds like on it, and I'm basically just going to. Can I check if anyone's in the basement of this tavern?
Ooh, okay. So we are gonna montage a little bit with these various
Yep.
kind of move things. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check. Okay.
Roll a basement check.
That's a 5.
5.
Can I? Oh, is it worth nat 20ing this? I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I'm gonna 5 this.
So with a 5, you learn very quickly that the innkeeper at the Luskan Arms, their name is Owen, and he's a very depressed man, and he doesn't care. So you just go into the basement.
Okay, I'm bringing the kobolds with me.
There is no outside access, so you would have to walk the kobolds in.
Oh, I was thinking I could like just let them into the basement and then watch as they take all
It's
of
time
the
for
ale
the
in
trench
tavern.
coat plan.
Yes.
So
I'm
the
not
basement
doing the
is
trench coat
like
plan.
a hatch next to the bar.
Oh, if that's the case, then no, I'm
Okay.
not doing that. I'm going to make sure all the kobolds are fed. Which I think takes me down to 1 remaining berry for whatever. They disappear at dawn anyway, so I'm very, very sorry to Quan.
Yeah, okay. So that is what you will do. Go ahead and roll me persuasion.
Oh no, what is this for?
It's for kobold wrangling.
12.
12. Okay. You do. Go ahead and do it at advantage. You have food. What am I talking about?
They're all full, so yeah.
Yeah, what am I talking about? Do it at advantage.
I've already fed them, so.
Okay, a 14. They are very chatty and they are very wiggly, but they do comply, especially when you offer to give them food, and they try to buy it.
Okay, so I give them, I give them food and everything while I'm doing that, and this is going to alarm the hell out of Sefik. I turn into a kobold while I'm doing this, like just so I can.
Let's go.
He's like, oh god, no, there's more of them.
The thing about this is my clothes will all kind of slump off as I'm a kobold.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't change clothes when you're a changeling.
Yeah, as you change into a kobold, Sepik is watching you, but just see he's also very depressed from various conversations that we've had, and he doesn't fight. Chills out.
Good job, group. We mentally destroyed a serial killer.
All
Hooray!
right. We'll move to the next scene. Clay, you head over to
Danica?
I went with.
oh. Okay. You are back. You go to the Three Flags Sailing, which is the tavern here in Targos, and you find Danica. As you approach Danica Greysteel, you see this half-elf bundled up in heavy furs and having this large pack next to them. They immediately recognize you. They quickly jump up. They reach down, grab one final scoop of their soup, and they scuttle on over towards you. I was hoping that I would see you again.
Hey, Danica.
Hello.
We just made it back in town.
Well, welcome back. I'm glad to see you in one piece. She's looking you over, clearly looking for something. Looks at Rhapsody,
So,
looking over for something.
I've got
Hello.
good news and bad news.
All right.
The bad news is an avalanche landed on your lantern.
Oh no. That's terrible.
I was not there. I heard the tale.
The good news is I found some chewingas.
You did! Excellent! What were they like?
Playful?
See, immediately
They seem
she
to
takes
just
out a
wanna-
journal and begins to take notes.
They mostly just wanted to play like house and all that. Imitate the things that people were doing.
Huh. Were you able
And then
to capture?
Clay shakes his head at that. But if you promise not to hurt them, I'll tell you where I found them.
Oh. On my honor, as a researcher, I only wish to seek out answers. And if they were unwilling to come with you, I am glad that not force them. After all, and she adjusts her spectacles, I wish to observe them in natural habitat, under no distress.
And with that, Clay will start to relate the tale of how they rolled out of the stable and spent the night playing games with the chewingas outside of town.
Rhapsody will make faces that like so adorable. Well,
And then capstoning it with the figure of Clay that they left them in, pulling out the charm of heroism that the chewingas gave him.
May I?
He holds it out.
She very delicately takes this charm. It looks almost just like a pebble with something painted on it. She holds it and inspects it. See that she casts some kind of spell, seems to divine some information for her. This is a gift, very sweet gift. It has a little bit of magic. Seems that the nature spirits chose to give it to you. She holds it back out.
Clay gently takes it and puts it back in their pack.
She begins to pull out a pouch and kind of poke through it. I was hoping to get a specimen, but if it's all right with you, perhaps I will give you 15 gold.
That's fine with me. I mean, I did break your lantern.
Oh, that's fine. We can always make and can. Knowledge, science, that is priceless.
I don't know what science is, but
It's a type of mathematics, and formulations, and observations, and writing everything down.
I was not here for the original deal, but 15 does sound reasonable.
She will hand 15 gold to Clay.
Clay will shove it into their loudly jingling pouch of gold.
I do have a curiosity. If you want to do some more work, there's something.
Well, what kind of work?
Okay. She begins to rub her hands together. Hear me out. I have acquired a recipe for a magical stew that should be able to help the people here. I think that this could be a solution, a way forward through the unrelenting cold of this region. think I can make a dragon bone stew. And with it, I think it can cure cold. Keep everyone warm and fed. Just need to
Rhapsody?
get bones.
Rhapsody that will remember that the party saw a dragon and go, oh.
Well, we did see a dragon last night.
Oh, yes? Interesting.
Was a white worm.
Oh. All right. Interesting. You don't need bones of an alive dragon. That would be.
Oh, I thought they'd have to be fresh or something.
Oh no.
Well,
I mean.
Very good.
do you happen to know where the bones of a dead dragon would be?
Yes. I have heard rumors that dragon bones can be found on a mountainside near Wormdoom Crag.
Clay nods at that, but doesn't write anything down.
I
You'll
suggest
see-
that when you travel that direction, that you speak to the Goliaths that live in that crag.
The Goliaths?
Yes.
And Clay will just turn to look over at Rhapsody. What are
That's
the
you.
odds?
Rhapsody will return a knowing look and say, well, we might have a leg up there.
Well, as payment, I can offer the first batch of stew to the group of you for free, and I can pay you.
Rhapsody's tummy will noticeably grumble at this information.
Clay nods a bit at that. I got a bit of an advantage when it comes to the cold, but I'm sure it would help the rest of my friends.
Excellent. And I hope to help all of the people here of Icewind.
And you'll have enough for them when we get this bone?
Well, we have to see if it works first, and then move on to next steps.
Clay tilts their head slightly. So, just one bone?
One bone should do it. As many as you can bring.
Any kind? Like a face bone?
She reaches into her bag, pulls out a piece of parchment, reads it, puts it away. Yes, any kind of bone will do, as long as it's genuine and from a dragon.
Alright.
Excellent. She holds out a hand.
Clay grips it with both paws and shakes it.
Excellent. You'll find me here. I will continue to do my research from Targos. Good luck.
See you soon.
And she will march back over to her chair, sit down, and continue eating her soup.
Clay looks back over at Rhapsody. Before we go, you kind of sounded like you needed some food.
Oh, I am positively famished.
Well,
Absolutely.
Clay will rifle through their pack and pull out a gold coin and hold it out to Rhapsody.
Rhapsody purposefully has no money on them at all. Like that, like they ran up into the fight. She forgot to, maybe think about finances because she was trying to rush to the group. So they kind of take this gold and like hold on to it. They're like, oh, it means a lot to them because they have like zero money. So they pocket it and they're just really happy in there. Thank you so much.
Well, you are part of the party now, and we did just get paid as a group.
Yes, I owe you an apology.
He tilts his head. ears flopping over.
I was not as receptive as I should have been yesterday. After the fight with Sefik, I didn't listen to you when I should have. I was too willing to rush into taking a life when my anger wasn't even toward him.
Clay shakes his head a bit at that. What matters is that in the end, y'all did listen. You know? You're not me, we're not each other, we're different people. But when it came to it, we talked it out.
Perhaps he will give a sigh and say, yes, Sojourn was right about you.
Tilts his
And
head
for
the
the
other
first-
way.
And for the first time, you'll see just like a huge grin on Rhapsody's face. Most of the time, it's usually stern, like very blank, stoic. You'll see them like do a full tooth grin for the first time, and like be super cryptic and not say anything else.
Alright, you get something to eat. We'll meet up again back at the Luskin Arms. I'm gonna go get us some dogs.
Sounds good.
All
Rhapsody
right.
will go and find a lot of food.
Okay. So to find the dogs, before we do that, Bam, what did you want to do here in Targos?
I was originally gonna stay with Millie, I think, or Ine, but I think I may as well go get the dogs, I suppose, because Ine was just staying there, right? Or were they going to get the? I guess I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
So Ine is just staying with the. I'll put my camera back on. Ine is just staying with the kobolds, and just kind of chilling, and also keeping an eye on Sefik.
That's
basically
what I
keeping Sefik away from you lot.
As
and
a
away from
group,
other
we
people.
probably do know that the dogs are gonna be real expensive and would probably be like pull together group finances.
That's
Yeah.
what I was also.
Yes.
That was my next question.
I
So,
think it'd be
Yeah,
safe to say
because-
that you all kind of meet up again, and that like could pool money
Pull
together.
our finances.
Yeah.
So,
But I'll-
how
I'll-
expensive are these dogs?
yeah.
So first off, Chloe would give both of you 5 gold from the Chewinga quest.
Oh,
How much
cool.
was that again? I'm sorry.
5.
5. Okay.
So for reference, Clay took 4. Because he gave 1 away to Rhapsody.
Mm-hmm.
Which was nice because I should have gotten any. I wasn't there for when the job was agreed on, so that was pretty cool.
Pretty nice. So yeah, I think once the pool is collected, I think Bam will then be like, all right, anyone want to come join me to go get the dogs then?
I'm
Clay,
still a kobold right now, so I'm gonna change back.
the realization that you're a kobold.
I grab my clothes. I'm like, I've been playing with the kobolds, like, and then I'm going to take my pick my clothes up and like put them back on as I change back to Evelyn. So now I have clothes. So yeah, I'm gonna grab my coin pouch and be like, what's the damage going to be on these things?
Oh, my camera's
Well,
but
I just
you know that they're
thought
50.
something.
Hmm.
How often are you able to talk with animals?
I can still talk with animals. It's
You
still
might-
going.
You might want to be the one to talk to the dogs, see which ones are less likely to freak out about
Oh wait,
the
no, it's 10
kobolds.
minutes. Never mind. I can do it again, but yeah, it was 10 minutes.
Hmm.
I could. I will say, if we go and fight something on the way back, because we are going to be spending an hour at night, at least, out there in the tundra.
We'll be going a little bit
darkness at
faster
night.
if we have sled dogs.
It's still off the trail, and it's still 3
Mhm.
hours. So I can speak with animals. I'll do it.
Alright, so Clay will pass you a small sack of 50 gold.
Wow. Okay. You sure? I'm also paying.
Clay's like the richest, was the richest person in the group.
How much money did Clay have?
Before spreading it out to you guys, 72 gold.
Fun. Yeah.
That's a good
Cool. Are
bit.
we just getting one, or are we getting two?
We probably want to get 2, you think?
Depends. What do we want to do? Like,
So it depends on what kind of sled you want, and so a single sled is 20 gold pieces, weighs 300 pounds, and has room at the back for one ride. And it can hold up to 360 pounds.
cool.
So we'd
Does
probably
it
want to
require
get...
one or two dogs?
It only requires one dog per sled.
So we only need one then, because we have the other animal, right?
Yeah, so right now you have a
Yeah.
sled and you have an axe beak pulling it.
Yeah. Shall we get one dog and one sled?
A second sled would probably help, considering we got one holding all the kobolds.
Because in general, we tend to do a lot of travel between towns, and we need some way of like just having that be pulled along so we can leave it in an inn or something and go and do stuff. Cool. I'm like noticing I'm holding more gold than I think anybody in the entirety of 10 towns has seen. I'm just sat there
Yep.
going, oh, holding gold, you've seen more money than half the people in 10 towns. It's very funny how much gold we're just throwing around in this. Ina's
Clay
just
does a
gonna be like,
lot of
"Okay."
odd jobs.
Yeah, Ina's gonna go up to, is there just an area with the dogs, or?
It was
So,
Garrett's house.
Yeah, you would know that
Yeah.
Garrett and their partner, Keegan, they have several dogs.
Cool. I'm gonna walk towards the dogs, and in dog, I'm going to be like, does any of you want to go on an adventure?
You come up to all the dogs that you had rescued when you went to look for
Oh,
Keegan.
right.
Yeah, and you see both Keegan and Garrett, they wave at you as you come up. You recognize Boy immediately, who comes up and tries to jump on Ine and tries to lick their face. All of the dogs, just in a chorus, are like, play, 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 play. And they're all
Okay,
super excited.
I start like just grabbing things and throwing stuff for them while I'm trying to have a conversation with these extremely excited dogs. I'm sat there going, so, any of you want to go really far away?
See. They... Okay, speak with animals, there's kind of like a little bit broken. You get the sense that the dogs playfully are competing now. They're kind of playing with each other, trying to show who's the strongest. And like one of them begins to run laps and is like, I'm the fastest. And there's this sort of like playful rivalry going on.
Oh, that's genuinely
Ine gets her
adorable.
own little dog show.
Yay! I'm going to like basically just like it's very obvious to Garrett that I'm clearly just talking to the dogs right now, and it's not
Just
even
ignoring
like,
Garrett.
It's not even
Just
just
like, bark,
it's not
bark,
even
yeah.
just like baby talk and stuff like that. So like, oh, who's a good puppy and stuff like that. I'm literally just barking and growling at them.
Yeah. Yeah, Garrett and Keegan don't seem bothered at all. They come up to Clay and Bam and they're just like, they just start small talk. Oh, how have you been? Where did you come from? And
Clay very excitedly tells them what's been happening, especially the dragon they saw last night.
Giant.
I've heard of that one. I've never seen it myself, though. There have been rumors, and I said, "Come, please, come in. Let's try to get you some tea." And they don't bother to try to like pull Ine away from the dogs. They just let Ine do their thing.
During
Clay
this whole
would
thing, I'm
also-
trying to determine which one is going to be coming with us. So I'm basically trying to see which one is most determined and would be least hurt by leaving the others behind.
Clay would also explain to Garrett and Keegan that they're looking to get a dog and a sled.
Yes.
Mhm.
Let me open the dog thing.
And not just Eno walking up to the dogs and starting to play for no reason. Which is very valid.
Mhm.
Yo, it's really hard to Google dog names. There's just so many things to click.
You mean like
Okay.
breeds?
No, there's just like ads and stuff. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So as you are, they're like, oh yes, we are more than happy to offer one of our dogs up. They will even go so far to say that Keegan has decided to take a break from offering guided trails up
Mhm.
Cairn's, Kelvin's cairn, and basically is just going to focus at, you know, being at home, taking care of the dogs. And they are a handful. It would actually help them more if you take one off them. They say that they'll give you a sled for free if you pay for a dog.
Oh.
Just because, like, as a
Yay.
sign of thank you for saving my literal husband from freezing to death and getting eaten by yetis, right?
You didn't have to, but appreciated.
Yes, of course. So you have a number of choices here, Ine. You come to learn that there is one named Eclipse, there's one named Strike, there's one named Ranger, one is named...
I think we know which one Eno is immediately attached to. A ranger and their ranger.
Niska. There's one that's named Storm. And there's one named River.
River.
Oh.
Hang on.
Now to roll affection values.
I will be taking I'll recommend the group takes Storm.
Okay. So Storm is a feisty one. Storm is a little smaller than the other dogs, but Storm is determined. You find that Storm tries to like push their way into getting your attention. They are exerting the most effort. And by the time some of the other dogs kind of fall over and they're panting and wagging their tails happily, all done playing, Storm is ready for round 2.
Yep. I'm like playing with them and like repeatedly saying like which of them is just going to give up and go play and which of them is like, let's keep going.
Yeah, you
I'm
can
just
tell
like-
Storm is ready to work. So Storm's coloration, Storm looks like a husky, but instead of having like black and white fur. You see that Storm has white fur, and the black is more gray, almost like a gray-blue color.
Hey. Oh. Yeah, when they eventually come back out, like to see what Ina's up to, Storm is like curled up with their head in Ina's lap, just being stroked.
Yeah, Ine, back. Storm seems fond. You have drawn the
Yes!
night card.
That is amazing.
Another one to the menagerie.
Were you
Oh, yeah.
hoping? Were you hoping that I would pick Ranger for that?
No, I just literally read off of a list, so I was open to
that is-
whatever.
Oh yes, thank you.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's amazing.
Storm is a dog. Ine's dog. Right.
My dog.
My dog.
Okay. So
Yeah, this
that
is not
will
the
be-
group's dog. This is now immediately Ina's dog.
So
Yeah.
that will
yeah.
be 50 gold from somebody.
The 50 gold pouch I had from Clay, and also 25. So 25 from Clay, 25 from me, and I'm gonna throw 25 back to Clay.
Okay. Awesome.
So I'll take 25 of me.
So Garrett and Keegan will try to invite you for some food, and they give lots of hugs and scritches to Storm as they say goodbye. They say that Storm loves to cuddle, and Storm gets scared when there's blizzards. So you will have to encourage Storm vocally as much as you can if you are riding Storm.
Yep.
Okay. I have now added dog to your party inventory.
Yes.
Oh.
Thank you.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
After we've done all of this, Ina is going to be like, "Hey, when are we getting? When are we going to Bremen? Because, like, while I do know the route and I could do it in the dark very easily because it's my hometown, it's still the middle of the night. If by the time we get there, so yeah."
So, just to do a little dividing of logistics here, you have an axebeak, a crag cat, 4 kobolds, a dog. You have the 4 of you, and you have Sepik Caltro. So unfortunately, you won't get a huge bonus at the moment. But having a dog and an axebeak, you can cut your travel times as much as 50%. But you just have too many people right now, or not enough dogs right now.
So it's still 3 hours to.
So we should
Yeah.
buy more dogs, you're saying?
If you buy 1 more dog and 1 more sled right now, you can cut your travel time by 50% whenever you travel wherever. I'm just saying.
Yeah. We're just saying, you know.
Why are we just saying day specifically?
I mean, if somebody wants to help contribute to this, like, I'm getting low on gold now, but yeah.
I got 1
It
gold.
still has 37 gold.
Huh. You took 25 back, right, Claire?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's gonna take 3 hours. We'll
Yeah.
say that it is now 4 p.m. after the
Yep.
shopping of the dog and all of that. So you'll
Yep.
get to Bremen around like 8 p.m.
That's
It'll
what I
just
was
start to
assuming
get
it would
super
be.
dark,
And sun,
Mhm.
yeah, and sunset. I'm assuming because it's a tundra and it's kind of wintry, it'll be like 6:37.
Mhm.
Sunset.
Yep.
Mhm.
So we buying another dog and a sled?
If people
mean-
want to, I will put up to 15 gold in this.
I mean,
So we would need 70 or 75? It was 20 for a sled?
It was 20 for a sled.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we would need 70 total gold. Clay has 37.
We could technically do it because I do have 32. Yeah.
I've got a fair chunk. What do we need?
Like, Clay doesn't
Oh.
really have greed, so Clay would just offer
I'll
the
guess
whole
I'll chip
amount.
in.
Aren't you at the inn, like, eating?
Yeah, you're eating food.
Oh no, I was imitating Bam. Sorry. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
okay.
I have one gold. I am
Just give
exhausted
your
to
one
hell.
gold to get a dog.
Yeah, I have
I
one
want
gold.
dog
I'm
too.
exhausted to hell. I used probably like 50 silver to eat food. Like, yeah,
That's a lot of money on food.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mitsuri Kanroji levels of food.
What do we think? 30, 30, 10?
I can do 15 and still be able to comfortably buy stuff when we need
Bribe
to in
everyone.
towns. Yeah, bribe
What-
basically, because that's what I've been doing.
What does that leave me with? Then I'll take the brunt.
So
How
if
much do you
I if I
you
round
have
it
to pay
to
45, Bam.
so if I round it to
Okay.
35 from Clay, that would make it 50 even. So you would need 20 gold.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Who's
there we
pick-
go.
All right, remove 70
Dog
gold for your
shopping,
inventory.
baby.
Let me open that website again.
Okay,
Wait.
taking 15 off.
One of the
I would
dogs just starts
highly-
whining as Ine starts walking away.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, but we got to.
You know what?
Oh,
It needs
which
a
one will it be?
friend.
Yeah, which one?
Oh.
Which one is whining?
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Is it
how it always
Ranger?
is, isn't it? We gotta get it a friend. We can't just let it be by itself.
Yeah.
No animals
that would
bound
be
to
so
me yet.
Sad.
I guess Blueberry is, but you know we can squeeze in another.
Okay, we'll get. Oh, what were the names again?
Oh, there's one named Sage.
We're getting
There's
new names.
one named Aurora.
I
There's one
remember
named
River.
Willow.
Aurora. Storm and Aurora is lovely.
That is cool.
Okay. Aurora is a big girl. She is strong, she is muscular, she's very fluffy.
Yeah.
And she seems to have a quirk where she just stares at Clay. It's not aggressive, but she just kind of stares. And she looks kind of confused.
Why is this rabbit walking around?
Hey, it's valid.
How long until Clay is riding into battle on a dog?
Yes.
Yeah. If we're going for that, I've already removed the gold.
I
Same.
removed my 20 gold.
Yep.
Okay.
And we all make responsible purchases here.
Yes. Yes, we spend 120 gold on responsible purchases. Wow.
Aurora.
Hell yeah.
Listen, it's gonna cut down on travel time by a lot.
Okay,
so that-
we'll actually get there before sunset then, if that's
There
the
you go.
case.
Yeah.
Here we go, baby.
All
And we've
right.
still
Yeah,
got
this
a
is-
lot of traveling to do.
Oh.
I love that
I
we
think-
can all proudly say that we played a game of D&D today where we spent a significant amount of time buying dogs.
Yeah. Why not? It's great.
Yeah,
I got
it's
the
fantastic.
squeal when you gave me the night card.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think while they're hashing out the sales and everything, Clay would take this time to tell Ine about the new quest to get dragon bones.
Ine is going to go white when you say that. I just kind of go. Sorry, what?
Yeah, Danica said she could make a stew to cure the cold for everyone. She said that there's a known area with dragon bones in it, along
these
with some
have to
Goliaths
be-
who live nearby.
Sorry, did these have to be ice aspected dragons or?
Nah, she just said
What?
any kind of bones.
Oh. I mean, maybe, but like, let's not die just yet.
Said it was someplace called Worm Dune.
Do I know what that is?
Roll me a history check.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Hey. You do know where that is.
Very much so.
You know
Yeah.
what?
Okay. As a local, you would know that the compass. I hate that compass are just kind of wait, threw it on a map without. Okay, there it is. Okay. To the southeast is a large mountain chain called the Spine of the World, and you would know heading in that direction. A lot of Goliaths live in mountains, and you would know that there were different clans of Goliaths, and you've heard of Worm Doom being one of the clans.
We should ask Quan about that when we get back.
Yeah, it almost
It's-
seems like fate, doesn't it?
I mean, yeah, it is Goliath territory, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, she said you guys could have some of the soup first.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
I mean,
And money.
The money is probably preferable right now, considering how much we just spent on dogs. But look at them;
Ina
they're
says
adorable.
surrounded by 2 dogs.
Yeah, and I'm just having my face being licked by them. Like, Horrible.
Why'd you have to say that? Man, why did my camera have?
sorry.
No, it's okay. Hold on.
Out of all the things that I've spent money on before, dogs are always worth the purchase.
How many times have you bought dogs?
Not very many, but they've always seemed really cute.
Okay.
So I think they're worth it. But yes, I do want to get So are we gonna be able to get back to the Luskan Alms before the end of the night, or the trip, and then back?
No.
Okay.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Bremen. We're gonna
Okay.
sort this whole situation out. Then we're gonna crash at my place.
Is there any way we can let? Well, I don't know. She won't feel stood up, will she? Because did we give the indication we'd be back tonight?
No, you
No.
said that you'll just. She said that. she'll
Also,
just wait here.
Rhapsody is gonna be waiting at the Luskan
I
Arms.
gave I gave her money. Oh yeah. Is Rhapsody at the Luskan Arms?
Yes, just
Oh.
chilling.
Yeah, you are sleeping the night.
We've moved from Mitsuri Kanroji levels of bowls being stacked to Goku levels of bowls being stacked. Like,
Yes.
we're making up for lost carbs.
So I think my camera has overheated. It's not.
Oh no.
But this is actually
No.
a good place for us to end the session anyway. So we will have some of you heading towards Bremen, and you're going to meet up with Rhapsody in the morning. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
As the group of you head out, we will pan the camera, and it spans over the horizon of the frozen wastelands of Icewind Dale, and we hear bark bark as the group of you are being pulled by dog sleds. That's going to be our session for today. Oh, what I was going to say was it's really unfortunate that my camera died because Ine, one of your other cards, is another night card, and because you cuddled up against Aurora, Aurora has also definitely bonded with you. So congratulations, you have two dog bonds.
See, this is why I kept pressuring people into buying more dogs.
2 dog bonds in 1 episode.
Let's go.
We
Yeah.
gotta get Stella's night cards out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many night cards did I draw?
You had 2. Let's
Two.
see.
Okay.
Yeah, you had 2. And then Bam had 1, which is
Mhm.
small. And
Yep.
there's no more night cards. Yay! Okay, let's do outro stuff.
Yay.
Yay! I'm sorry, my camera's dead. Okay.
No.
So, please start us off. Melly, tell me who you are, where we can find you, and what your favorite part of the episode was.
I'm Melly. You can find me here. Just plain and simple. I tend to mostly just be here because I absolutely love you guys. I play Ine. Y'all. I play Ine. I am an absolute menace, apparently, and dog lover now. So, yeah, that's me. Yeah, check out Stella.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
pop on
watch Stella.
over
Do
to
it.
Vertigo.
Hey, I'm V or Vertigo. I stream over on my own channel a variety of games. Mostly I can be found here on Wednesdays and in the future on Tuesdays with Stella in Humblewood.
Yeah.
Also, we didn't say it yet, but my favorite part was us as a group coming together and absolutely destroying the mental health of a serial killer.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh.
We
Yay!
did it! We did it!
With positive reinforcement and existential dread.
Yeah.
Yes.
Y'all came at it with multiple different ways too.
Yeah, he's having a big think.
Yeah, so next episode is going to be kind of like the climax to that whole plot line. So that's going to be very interesting.
Nice.
Thank you so much. We'll pop on over to Mathis.
Hello, I am Mathis, they, them. I played Rhapsody, they, she. I am over on Twitter at Mathis0083, and I am designing a game right now. Information that's available there. And I loved so much about tonight, but I'm really starting to come into my own in this character, so I'm really enjoying the places I'm going with them/her, but I can't help but just be so happy with the friends we're making, and we have puppies now, and a kitty, and a birdie, and it's becoming so wholesome, and the kobolds.
We have so
I love that
many
so much.
companions.
We have a
But there's
zoo,
gotta
and
be
I love
more.
it.
I will make sure there's more.
I love Zookeeper V's agenda, and I just want to make that known.
I blame V
Thank
for
you.
all of the companion stuff. I blame
too.
V for so much.
Look, this is what happens when you play a game with me. I'm gonna collect everything I can.
And lastly, the card that Stella laughed at the beginning wasn't played, and I'm still worried about that. Anyway.
No, it was. It was.
Oh, it was?
the balance card.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
I completely
Yeah.
forgot about that.
It's okay.
Oh. Oh.
Remember, I said don't take it personal because I didn't, future fit.
That's right. And I did the short rest and I healed, so it's
Yeah.
fine. Everything's
I
fine.
told
I
you
don't
it
have.
was gonna be fine.
Yeah, I was so nervous.
Imagine
Oh.
if we had to fight the dragon while you were exhausted.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh no.
There was no world where we could fight the dragon. I'm gonna be real.
I wanted to know if I was able to talk to it telepathically and see what happened, but also
Yeah, just aggro the dragon.
Yeah. Do it.
Do it.
Well, the thing with telepathy is it can talk back to me, but it doesn't explicitly know where I am unless it can find me. But yeah.
We will move on over to Zombie. Hi.
Hello, I am Jacob. I'm Zombie IMZ. What was your name? Just call me. I'm the lore keeper and Captain Z of the Good Ship Clip. I probably do too many clips, so that's up to your own discretion. Today I played Bam Nash, who apparently has made a little cobalt friend now. He's my little buddy now. He's my small little buddy. Small little buddy. I think part at the end as well. I think with everyone else. I mean, we're getting doggies. Like, what better part, can you say that we're getting dogs? And I kind of had this feeling that, like, with all the hesitation, everyone's like, so are we gonna get two? We should get two. We really should get two. And then it was just like, all right, let's just get two. So it was, like, great. And then, I liked that, I kind of liked me stepping in a little bit, with... Why am I bad with new NPC names?
Quan.
Quan.
Quan. Thank you. I'm kind of glad that I kind of stepped in last minute with Quan to like build upon that, because we are making like, by the list of people that we know, we are making a positive impact, and I just want to kind of try and continue that. And who knows what'll happen in the future where we might need their help with something, or whatever the case.
That's true. Like the consequences to your actions proved fruitful today. Like you got a discount with Garrett and Keegan because you helped them. Yeah.
Very generous.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you can find me on Twitter at zombiefighter89. If you go there, I've got a little pin tweet made by the lovely Lady May. I do audio editing, video editing, Twitch clipping, and soon short making. So that'll be fun. I gotta get some repertoire on that and get stuff that I can actually promote for me to like show off what I can do. But I think I'm pretty decent at it. And also, I keep forgetting to promote this, and I keep forgetting to promote this in the other game. But I'm also part of Saltmarsh, which you can see on Wednesday next week. It'll be a fun little game where I play as Finn Carson, and as well as, because, I've been allowed to just smear my face all over this place. Coming up, Humblewood, you'll be seeing me kind of running around the woods with everybody.
Yay! If you
Please,
want more
Papa Bomb,
information-
can we get another doggy?
If you want more information about our upcoming Humblewood game, or if you would like to potentially join this game, please hop into our Discord.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we have it open.
Come join us! We've got dogs! Who doesn't want dogs?
Yeah, you can steal one of the dogs.
Yeah, if you come in with 70 gold before we leave, you can buy your own dog.
Yeah, it's currently 10 to 4 in the morning for me, so the second this finishes, I am falling into bed.
We are
Okay,
out
sorry.
of here. Thank you so much for being here. We'll be back in 2 weeks on May 8th. Nope, May 1st. So we'll be back at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Bye, everybody.
It's
Have
gonna
a
be
good
May.
night.
Bye.
Bye.